Yeah.
Yeah. Nick, you'll let me know when to start, yeah?
Yeah, people are coming in now, so it's all good.
Okay, good. Just prompt me. Hi, everyone, as you're coming in. We're winking at you. Want me to wait a few minutes and then I'll start?
We can start now.
Okay. Hi, everyone that's joined so far. I'm Millie Kendall. I'm the CEO of the British Beauty Council. Some of you may know me already. Welcome. We won't take a huge amount of your time today, but we wanted to talk through the Power of Beauty, British Beauty Week 2023. I'm not going to rattle on it too much now. I'll do that at the end, shall I? I'm going to very slickly hand over to David Walker-Smith, who is the ambassador for British Beauty Week. David has joined us and he's going to be kicking off this webinar, talking you through our plans and what you can do this coming October. So I'm going to hand over to you, David. Thank you.
Millie, thank you ever so much. For two reasons. One, thank you for asking me to be the ambassador, and second, good luck. Hi everybody. I'm David Walker-Smith, and for those of you who don't know me, I was at the Yellow Shop, Selfridges, for 16 years. I was the exec beauty buying director. Then I went on to Phoenix of Bond Street and changed the game there. And now I'm a consultant on different retail projects around the world, both with beauty and with fashion. But it's a real delight to be here today and to talk you through British Beauty Week. I think it's quite important to start by saying this is probably our third British Beauty Week. So lessons learned, this is the one we're really going to go for gold. So you'll see with her beautifully winking at us, the power of beauty is the theme. It can mean very many different things, which we'll talk you through. He says, as he's trying to flick the slide, but she doesn't want to change.
Oh, she will.
David, here we go.
Yeah.
I told you, Millie, she was a bit of a minx at the beginning.
She likes winking, doesn't she? She does like her
so
winking.
do I.
Yeah,
I mean, anyway, so here we are. So what is British Beauty Week? So like I said, this is probably the third one that we've done. So British Beauty Week will run from the 26th to the 30th of October and is designed to engage with the entire beauty industry, focusing on three key themes: talent, growth, and ESG. The objective is to drive growth and awareness among consumers, whilst also strengthening the reputation of the beauty industry with business and with government. And then there's a small piece at the bottom that explains about the British Beauty Council. So the power of beauty. Millie and I thought it'd be really important at the beginning to shout about three key facts. So the care industry, the beauty industry, is worth 24.5 billion in the UK. I mean, that's nothing to be ashamed of in any shape or form. I mean, it's amazing. And it represents 0.5% of the nation's GDP. Now, we know we're in that situation still at the moment where 0.5% of the nation's GDP, yes, please, we'll have it. Thank you very, very much. And we employ 550,000 people within the personal care industry. That's 1.1% of total jobs in the UK. And then the contribution to the UK Treasury is 6.8 billion. which is extremely powerful. And we only want to make that bigger and better. So what do the 3 pillars mean? So we've come up with this phrase that says ESG drives growth through creativity and talent. And that's a major theme in the world at the moment. The more diverse and creative your team, the stronger the talent, because we think differently and you get the growth. So the first one, ESG, environmental, social, and governance. So we know the environmental is really important. We love the social side of beauty, and of course the governance. So we want to underpin better and be better, future-facing business. Throughout British Beauty Week, brands should aim to unbox British beauty. We'll come back to that, and explore activations that reframe traditional beauty strategies from employment to packaging. The talent, as part of the British Beauty Council's ongoing work to spotlight diverse opportunities for young people, brands should strive to shine a spotlight on the inspirational careers available across the sector. And the growth. British beauty brands are traditionally resilient in times of social and economic upheaval. British Beauty Week is all about raising the reputation of British beauty as a global trade hub, which will propel growth and stabilise future development. So the timings. So today is the presentation on the 15th of June. July, the PR Q&A issued to early application brands for inclusion in media strategy. Early September, activation commitments, please submit by yourselves. So it's quite pacey, this, for everybody. And then September, we start to strategize the PR stories. Early October is the deadline for online listing, and then the media campaign live. And we go live really on the 26th of October. British Beauty Week launches the Cult of Beauty exhibition at the Welcome Collection, which is going to be amazing. And we also are going to open a British Beauty Council trade hub in Covent Garden. So, talking of that, we start with it. And yeah, funny that, Millie.
Yeah.
And this is all about the best of British. And this is something that Millie really wants to drive. I don't know whether you want to say anything, Millie, on this.
Yeah, I mean, so part of the work we do with the government, and particularly the Department for Business and Trade, where we have a specific personal care sector team now of 4 people that actually work for us, representing our industry at government level. Part of the work we do is was previously with the Department for International Trade, that's now been sort of pulled into the Department for Business and Trade. And I think it's incredibly important that we showcase our creative talent, our brands, our founders on a global stage. And the government are really keen to help us support that. So hence the fact that they're partnering with us to create this trade hub pop-up in Covent Garden, celebrating the best of British beauty, and looking at how we can drive growth, particularly post-Brexit, post-COVID, cost of living crisis. It's been incredibly difficult for our brands, particularly those SMEs, which I think 95% of our industry is small, medium enterprises. It's very difficult for them to trade overseas at the moment. So we're really looking to sort of shine a spotlight on them.
Which sounds really powerful. And I think, you know, we talk about how British Fashion Week started, and we feel we're at the starting point for British Beauty Week, and this reinforcement from the government is extremely powerful. Yeah,
exactly.
So Covent Garden is going to be our hub. You know, the power of beauty in Covent Garden and the power of Covent Garden kind of work together simultaneously. So, you know, we all love Covent Garden. It has a fantastic history. And it is London's experiential playground. I mean, it's one of the most important attractions in the world. So 45 million plus visitors. The average age is 30, which I was quite surprised about, to be honest, how young it was, but in a good way. 50-50 if we're going to talk gender. The average dwell time is extremely powerful, 150 minutes. And if you liken that to the average time people spend online, you know, people are loving bricks and mortar again. And combined social media followers, 630,000, which is fantastic. So you'll hear us talk more about Covent Garden, the activation, and how we do that on the next kind of slides. So one of the things that we want to do as a starting point for within Covent Garden, but also trying to make this up and down the UK, is the beauty night out, which is, again, you can liken this back to fashion or Vogue night out. So the beauty safari, we want this to be a destination for all of your stores, all of your brands, whether you're in a multi-brand store or whether you have a standalone store, all about, you know, the things we know people love: makeovers, goodie bags, forming a treasure hunt, secret launches, a little bit of champagne or prosecco, and some personal appearances if you want to. Oh, you hate prosecco, Millie, don't you? But you know, this is the kind of winning formula that always works with beauty. So why not go on a treasure hunt? And if I had a real dream, it'd be that some of the brands do some secret launches just for one night only. Whether it's different colors of nail varnish, whether it's your latest serum, whether it's whatever it is, it'd be great to do that. So here's some suggestions of what we think you can do for British Beauty Week, and we've broken it down into 3 pillars. So the ESG, you know, really celebrate the diversity of your brand, whether it's the founders, whether it's your team, and then also create the conversation. Now, the conversation has to be a two-way conversation or chat. So I'd really like people to listen to their customers. What does your customer tell us? How can they advise us back again? How diverse is your audience? So let's do some fireside chat. Let's go live and answer questions. Open the mind of consumers with panel discussions. And this is something that Millie has come up with as well. Don't be shy about taking your customers behind the scene, you know, and really talk about your environmental strategy and be proud of where you are. We know that nobody can ever be perfect, but open up your factory, show us inside. Don't be shy. Footprints in the sand of where you're taking your brand going forward is extremely powerful.
This also allows, I was just
Millie.
going to say, this also allows companies that aren't in central London to open up their sort of factories, warehouses, manufacturing plants up and down the country, because you can, it makes it much more nationwide, and it allows people in towns and villages and cities outside of London to get involved as well.
Yeah, which is really, really important about the environmental stuff. And then, of course, the talent. You know, at Selfridges, we did a thing called Meet the Experts, and it was extremely good, showcasing your star players and the future of your brand. Interview the creators, the force behind the brand. Who is the talent of tomorrow within your team? You know, even a product. What is your next real talent within your brand coming from? And shine a spotlight on your rising stars. Run a competition, spend a day with the brand, come inside, you know, and meet the buyers, which of course, you know, I was a buyer. I think it'd be really, really interesting to do that. And then that all comes down to, how do we grow the beauty industry? So drive brand and product awareness through in-store activities. Let's drive footfall. Let's drive people back into bricks and mortar. Meet the retailers, fireside chat. Celebrate global bestsellers. What really is the power of your brand? Meet the influencers that help drive your sales. And what's new? Please give us a sneak peek of what's to come. You know, this is the time that we're doing this, end of October. You know, this is the Advent calendar time. So, you know, can I have a sneak preview of your Advent calendar for Christmas? Can we buy it that night? But the next night, you're not allowed to. You have to wait. Exclusive product launches. And then the editor's picks. So we all know that we love that, whether it's an influencer online or whether it's my dear friend Nadine Baggett. If they love it, the customers love it too. And all of this comes down to driving growth. So here's some ideas as well that we've spoken to Covent Garden about. You know, those of you who know me, I love breaking the rules, and I love doing stuff really powerfully. So the more we can join together on Beauty Night Out, the better, you know, and there's some fantastic examples here of what brands have done. And you can see this, you know, whether it's a truck, whether it's Sephora, whether it's Loewe, you know, these are just examples. And if we all join together on that night, and then we have some food and beverage carts as well, and some music, you know, it's really empowering people to come and join in with our party. And then we talk about unboxing beauty. So global beauty packaging amounts to 120 billion units every year. That's a lot of packaging, everyone. So why don't we unbox it? And that night, let's sell it without the packaging. Let's do refills. Let's do some dramming. Let's download the ingredients online so that I don't need that piece of paper. Let's talk about recycled plastics and the new wooden bottle. Let's also have the edit room with the editor's choice. If you've liked it, you're going to love this. Talk about your bestsellers, the beauty fragrance icons, what's coming new in, the editor's picks, masterclasses, tips from the top. What are the tools of the trade? You know, Sam, how do I best blow dry my hair? You know, what brush do I need? How do I get that big quiff if it's not big enough already today? And then we come to the power of PR. We all know that PR and beauty go absolutely hand in hand. So for this year, we will have partnered, in 2019, the British Beauty Council partnered with Mission Communications and delivered some fantastic media. 1.2 million media reach, 1 million social reaches, 120 VIPs, 450 plus consumer attending the panel talks. And Millie and I are really excited to be resuming this partnership with Mission again. And do we have somebody from Mission here?
Oh, I wonder if we can pull anyone on. I think possibly yes, but I'm not sure on a webinar whether you can pull a panelist in at the last minute.
Oh, sorry.
I mean, I think if there's any questions, you know, following, then we
can invite them on.
We can pass that back to Mission, or maybe.
I mean, here's some really exciting examples of what they've achieved. You know, whether it be in Women's Wear Daily or Hypebeast or Evening Standard. You know, it's really powerful. And Mission, in terms of a business, have done some fantastic stuff. So here's just some 4 examples of whether it's launching Pat McGrath. Whether it be the blanket Pirelli calendar, which is an icon, the Diet Coke and Kate Moss driving sales by 12%, which is really, really powerful. And talking about London's hottest restaurant. You know, they're very diverse in what they do, and I'm a huge fan of Mission, as is Millie. So I think what we're reinforcing here is that we are going with absolute real talent to drive British Beauty Week. And what Mission have said is that they want to drive it from 1 million to 3 million in terms of reach, which is, again, really, really powerful. But we need to give them content. We need to give them stuff to talk about and create this beauty night out so that we can, you know, go live and really, really create something that we're so proud of. You know, and here's some examples here, you know, of the product features, the footfall driving events, authority in interviews, broadcasting, front of book news, and in-depth features. You know, there's so much to talk about with all of you fantastic brands and what you do. You know, harnessing it all together, the power of beauty, the power of voice. You know, we can shout louder when we're all together. So again, and I love this picture. Yeah, I did add some little eyeshadow on him.
Yeah, I thought that might have been you.
Yeah, but I couldn't make him wink. Sorry.
Like what you did there.
Yeah, it might not even be him. You know, it's a person. But the industry needs you. And again, this is what we're saying. You know, we want to make British Beauty Week famous. We want you to love being part of this. We want customers to look forward to it. So assets, stories, event details, and Mission will turn your stories into headline grabbing news. you know, I'm sure you can tell by now that me and Millie love to talk. So, you know, we'll be really, really talking a lot about what you're all doing. Hey, Millie.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
We also don't like Prosecco. We prefer champagne. That's just a conversation for another day.
Yes, we're open to
Yeah.
be taken out as well.
Yeah.
And, you know, in participation, what we would love you to do is to join the British Beauty Council. And then a lot of the packages are free of charge for current patrons. So, you know, become a patron of the British Beauty Council. And if you'd like to, we will send you a link. And then if you are a patron, then there's a lot of stuff that we can give you for free. If you're not, then there's some packages to buy, and there's some extra stuff as well. If you are a patron, you can get involved in. So there's the use of the brand logo, etc., etc. But I think it's really important to say that during British Beauty Week, the brand is responsible for managing all their elements of the event, activation, promotion. And we will stand proud with you, help, guide, shape, but you will be doing it as normal, you know, in the beauty industry. And the costs of the activations, the most powerful one, which I always start with, is why not do the British Beauty Week bundle package, which is only 18,500. I feel like I'm like somebody on television now. QVC, there you go. And there's so many ways that you can activate on one experimental activation, a panel event, webinar, demonstration, in-store, in-salon, online promotion. So this is what's exciting, and in little letters it says all of the packages are free of charge for current patrons of the British Beauty Council. And then we've broken that down into two. So we've got the British Beauty Week experimental activation, being an official beauty week partner, self-curation, experimental activation, being on the Beauty Week schedule, branding opportunities across event collateral, which is really important when you think about what Millie's doing with the Hub and Covent Garden with the government. The logo usage, again, really important to be part of the gang. Wear the badge proudly, editorial opportunities. But if you're a small brand and you really want to be part of it, and we know that cash is tight, we've got a 3,500 package.
I think we've got one more as well.
Oh, have we?
I think we.
Oh,
yeah.
we have. Goodness gracious me, Millie. So
we're very generous here.
Aren't we? Gosh, that slipped in. So 3,500. And then, like Millie so rightly said, we've got a £2,000 one. So the license fee to participate using the logo, official Beauty Week promotion partner, self-activation, branding opportunities across event collateral, logo usage and editorial opportunities where applicable. So there's a lot that you can get involved in, and we'd be very, very proud if you all joined. And now it's time for me to say thank you. And anybody that wants this, we can send it to you. And Millie, anything to add? Are we going to go
somebody's just asked a question about the deck, so we'll definitely be sharing this afterwards to everyone that came onto this webinar. We'll also have a video, so we can share that with you as well. So we can probably drop that in to an email. So we'll do a follow-up email. All of the information on the decks are there. We've also, if there's any other questions, if you can chuck them into the Q&A at the bottom there, I'm reading them. Can someone collaborate to save cost? Absolutely. I mean, it really is up to you. The way the packages have been developed, they're for different types of activations. So the larger package is for more of an experiential activation. So when you've got a bigger presence and you probably need more publicity around it. And then the activations are scaled down. So it's essentially sort of developed for the size of the brand, but also the type of activation that you're doing, because obviously those costs are a license fee to use our branding essentially, and they come with a sort of package for marketing, a promotional package. Details of becoming a patron, kind of brand that is service-based. Yeah, absolutely. Service-based brands can also get involved. That's what the lower packages were sort of targeted towards, Nergish. Could the details of becoming a patron? Yeah, so we can actually put that in also into the follow-up
The
email.
deck. Yeah.
The patron details. Yeah, so any questions, you can just ping us an email at BBW, British Beauty Week, at britishbeautycouncil.com. All of the information that we've talked about, you can download the packages. You can there's an application form on britishbeautyweek.co.uk. So there's an application form. It's a Google form, really easy. So you can fill in everything and kind of just ping that to us. And then we'll be back in touch with you about confirming the cost, if there is one, and what you actually want to do and how we can partner with you. We will.
And Sarah, the answer is yes. Sorry.
Yes. So the answer is yes. Yes.
Yes. Can tech partners for beauty brands get involved? Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. The opportunity. Yeah, absolutely. Oh my God, yes, most definitely. Tech partners, really important. So you'll be sent a follow-up email. There'll be a link to this video. There will be the visuals, this deck, and there'll be a link to patronage as well. And there'll be links to obviously the website and the forms and all that kind of good stuff. Yeah, I think that's it. Any more questions while you've got us? I think we're good. God, thank you all for joining. There's a lot of you.
Thank you very, very much.
On here to listen to us, and I'm really delighted to have had such a turnout, and super excited to be working with you this year. We've put it back a month, British Beauty Week, just to make sure that it's closer to Christmas shopping, and so that you can really generate a lot of good traffic over that holiday period. Whereas previously we had done it at the end of the summer and it just probably wasn't the right timing. So hopefully this one will work really well. And thank you so much, everyone. Okay, take care.
Thank you very much from me too.
Okay, thank you. Take care.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye.